It's true.
It's true, obviously. So we have objects of different color. We can sort them into different groups. We can arrange them into
Yes.
different groups. If they have different texture, they can also be arranged into different groups. Okay, next.
Materials that allow light to pass through them are called
Mhm.
through them are called transparent.
Okay, now that is transparent. Okay. Last question.
Describe how you would sort a mixture of materials like paper, plastic, and metal. Sir, for metal you can use magnetic
One
magnetic.
important thing here. When we say metal, it doesn't necessarily mean objects which are magnetic. Not all the metals are magnetic. Gold
Yes.
is also a metal now, but it is not
Yes.
magnetic. So how will you separate gold using a magnet? Khadija?
Yes, sir.
It's in fact simple, by the way. Yes. Think about this, guys. How will you be separating the mixture of paper, metal, and plastic? Yes. It's simple. Simply, you can
Sir,
separate them.
plastic we can do it as hand picking.
In fact, every one of them can be manually picked here. There's nothing to be so confusing in this. Okay, na? So we can
Yes.
simply do a manual separation. By hand picking, we can separate them. Okay, na?
Yes.
But see, if you were to be provided with this question, you have a mixture of sand and iron. Then
Sand and iron. Sir, iron. You can do it as magnetic separation because
okay.
iron is a good, uh, good.
Magnetic object. It gets attracted to a magnet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, we have the question from this chapter: separation of substances. Okay.
Which method would you use to separate sand from salt? Sand from salt is magnetic evaporation. Sir, filtration.
Filtration. No.
Yeah.
No.
Evaporation.
Evaporation. Good.
Oh yeah.
So you are going to add some water into the mixture and then you are going to boil it. Okay, na?
Yes.
Getting it. So we can do that. Okay, next question.
Filtration can be used to separate a mixture of a solid and liquid. Solid. Sir, false.
Huh? False. Can't we use filtration to separate a mixture of solid and liquid? Khadija?
True.
True, no? In fact,
Yes, sir.
filtration, it's a very suitable method for separating an insoluble solid from a liquid. Okay, na? Suppose you have a mixture of sand and water. So using the filtration method, you can separate the sand from water.
Sir, sand is a solid.
Of course, sand is a solid object, and that's why it settles at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Okay, no?
Okay.
So that is true. Next.
Dash is a process used to separate dissolved substance from a liquid by heating the liquid and collecting the evaporated vapor. Used to separate dissolved.
Yes, Khadijat and Halima. I'm giving some options, okay? Yeah, I have provided three options here. Yes,
Sir, is it evaporation?
no, no. Both of
Sir,
you turn your
decline.
cameras on in the class, by the way. You are saying condensation,
Decline.
Khadija.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
No.
Sir,
You guys,
distillation.
of
Distillation.
course, if it's not option A and B, of course it's going to be C then, no? Huh? See, the question is that it's a process used to separate dissolved substance from a liquid by heating the liquid and collecting the evaporated vapor. Say that you have a muddy water. Say that you have gone to a forest and you don't know how to drink clean water. So say that I have muddy water. I have muddy water. So what I am going to do, that I have muddy water in this. So first of all, I am going to boil this. I am going to boil this, and whatever vapor will be coming out of it now, I will somehow collect it. Okay, now I am going to collect those water vapor here. So say that these are the water vapor, and now those water vapors, I will be storing them in another beaker here. Okay, now let us say we are making those water vapor to pass through this. Okay, now, and we are somehow cooling this. Let us say okay, we are pouring cold water in this. We are pouring cold water on this. So as the water vapor will pass via this cold pipe, it will convert into droplets of water and it will be stored here. You have the pure water here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now understood both of you now. So it's a process
Yes.
used to separate dissolved substances from a liquid by heating the liquid. So you have heated the liquid and now you are collecting the water vapor here. So that is what the concept of distillation is now, guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay, both of you define distillation. Yeah. This question is asked in exam. So define distillation.
Sir, distillation is a process used to separate dissolved substance from a liquid by heating the liquid and collecting the collecting the evaporated vapor.
Or basically, first of all, you convert the liquid into the water vapor, and that water vapor is condensed back to a liquid state, condensed back to obtain the liquid state. Okay, na? So condensation, it's simply the process that involves converting the liquid into the water vapor by heating it and then collecting that water vapor into and then condensing that water vapor to obtain the liquid. Okay, na? In fact, you guys know that this pure water, it has a zero TDS. The water obtained via distillation, it has a zero TDS, and in fact, it can be used in many places, used in car batteries as well. You know about TDS or not? Huh? We can check the quality of the water by TDS, by checking its TDS. TDS determines the overall quality of the water. Okay, now anyways, let's continue further. We have the next question as question number 4. Explain how the process of evaporation can be used to obtain salt from seawater.
Sir, evaporation can be used to obtain salt from seawater by like when we evaporate, like we can take some salt water in a container and you just boil the water and then um, you'll get the salt from the seawater.
Okay, Khadija, to you. Yes,
Yes,
Khadija,
sir.
I'm waiting. Yeah. Same answer. No, explain it in your own words. Explain how via evaporation you will be obtaining salt from seawater. Yes. how will be you be writing this in if it comes in the exam? You have to explain it in your own words. You have to choose your own words. Yes, Khadija. Basically, the salt can be obtained from the seawater via the process of evaporation, because when the seawater will be exposed to the sunlight, so the water will evaporate and it will leave behind the crystals of salt. Okay, na? So the thing
Yes,
here
sir.
is that, say I have collected the salt water in this salt water. The salt water has two things. One is salt in it, another one is water.
Water.
Now the boiling point of salt is very high. It has a very
Yes,
high boiling point. Getting it? It has a
yes,
high boiling point. That is one thing. And when we just 1 minute. uh, And when we look at the case of the water, it has a boiling point of how many degrees Celsius? It has a boiling point of, that is 100 degrees Celsius now.
100 degrees Celsius.
Getting it? So it has a boiling point of 100 degrees Celsius, but salt has a very high boiling point. Okay, na? So thereby, due to the heat of the sun, the water will be evaporating, but salt will be left behind because it has a very high boiling point. And usually sunlight doesn't have that much of heat. The boiling point
Yes,
of salt is very high. So thereby, it will not be converting into vapor. Like if you were to tell, if I were to tell you, the boiling point of the salt is about 2500 and about 1415 degrees Celsius. So, but is the sunlight having that much of heat? Obviously, no. So this will be left behind. Water will be evaporated, and will be
yes,
left behind with the crystals of salt.
yes,
Okay, now you don't have to explain about the temperature and all that. You simply have to say that the when the salt can be obtained from the seawater through the process of evaporation, because when seawater is exposed to the sun's heat, the water evaporates, leaving behind the salt. Okay,
yes.
now we have questions from the chapter light.
Which of the following best describes the path of light? Sir, it's C, straight.
Kadisha, you also answer these questions.
Which are following best describe the path of light? Circular.
Path of light. It's path of light. In which path light travels? Does it travel in a circular path, or does it travel in a
Right.
straight? No.
Yes.
Good.
C. What happens when light is blocked by an opaque object? Sir, a shadow is formed.
Shadow is form.
Formed.
Khadijat, is it true?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Which surface would cause the least amount of reflection of light? Least amount. Water surface, mirror, rough wall, polished metal.
Mistake.
Sir, is it rough wall?
No.
Sir, mirror.
Mirror will be causing maximum amount of reflection now. Mirror
Yes,
is a
sir.
very smooth, it has a very smooth surface. So maximum reflection will take place. Whatever light ray will be falling on it, it will get reflected now. When we look at the case of the water surface, so thereby what happens, it will not be getting reflected, but it gets absorbed. Okay, na? Only some
Oh,
amount of light rays get reflected. So out
sir,
of mirror, water surface,
I thought water surface also would get like reflected.
no, okay, no, it gets, but not that much. Okay, no. So less reflection takes place from water surface as compared to the rough wall or other options here. Got this thing now?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
continuing further, we have these questions as well.
The formation of a shadow occurs when light is dashed by an object. Sir, block.
Okay, what about you? Okay, I'm going to Assign the questions. Question number 8, Khadijat, you will be answering. Next, Halima, you answer the question number 9.
Slide.
Yes, Halima, by now you should have answered. Khadijat, you should also have answered by now.
Sir, should I answer the eighth one?
Yeah, no, ninth one. You have to answer the ninth one. I'm waiting for the answer. Okay, let me help you guys with this one. Question number 8. Khadijat, you still haven't got the answer for this.
No, sir.
Okay, Halima, you can answer if you know.
Sir, it is 90 degree.
No, it's not 90 degree.
Sorry. Oh, it's saying the angle.
Hmm.
The angle at which light hits a surface is called the angle of incidence.
Angle of incidence. Khadijat, you pay attention here. This is a incoming ray of light that falls on a smooth plane surface. Okay. Then it will get bounced back. Then it will be called as reflected ray. So the light incoming on the plane surface, that is called as incident ray. And we draw an imaginary perpendicular line called as normal. Okay, now this is a line which is drawn on the plane mirror that makes up an angle of 90 degree, by the way. That makes up an angle of 90 degree. But the main thing is that the angle that this this incident ray will be forming with the normal, that is this angle, and this angle is called as angle of incidence. This is called as angle of incidence. Okay, now so the angle at which light hits a surface is called the angle of incidence. Okay, question number 9.
Sir, the process by which light bounces off a surface is called a reflection of light.
Reflection of light. Good, Khadija, then Halima, very good. Okay, so we have discussed some questions. We are not going to continue with body movement today, but we are going to continue with some of your doubts, Halima, and then I will be taking up your doubt as well, Khadija. Okay, now. So the last class in which,
Sir,
yeah,
body movement, I don't have an exam.
yeah, I know that. I know that you don't have. Okay, now. Okay, this topic was left to be discussed for you. Okay, now. You guys might have seen this. Huh? You might have seen this. The question here
Yes,
is,
sir.
chat, why we get to see colorful shadows? Why do
Yes.
we get to see the
Sir,
colorful shadows? Yeah.
when 2 or 3 lights come together,
Hmm.
the colorful shadows will form.
Exactly. Khadija, are you getting it? Let me
Yes.
explain. Yeah. Say, for example, on a given surface, if red light is falling, say here that red light is falling on this. Okay. Say this is a wall and red light is falling here. Okay. At the same time, let us say we have another light, that is the blue light, that is also falling here. That also falls here. So when red and blue light will be falling at a given place at the same time, so thereby at that time a pink shadow is formed like this. A pink shadow is formed. Getting it what I'm trying to say? A pink
Yes.
shadow will be formed. Or let us say at that time you have a yellow light also falling on that spot. A yellow light is also formed here. So the place where the red light and the green light are touching each other, there actually a yellowish light will form like this. Okay, now yellow light will be formed there. Okay, and the place where the green and the blue light meet, there a light blue colored light will be formed like this. Like this, and you can have many more such examples. Uh, So basically what happens here, the color shadows will be forming when lights of different color hits on a surface. And the light that reflects will be combination of different colors. Okay. And the color of the shadow that will be formed here, it will depend upon which light is blocking which one, which light is getting blocked here. Okay. Furthermore, let us say that and also the type of the color of the shadow will depend upon how many light rays are getting blocked. Okay, now, but before that, there's a very basic thing we should understand. We know that white light is made up of many colors, including the violet color, indigo, blue, green,
Yes, sir.
yellow, orange, and the red. Right now we know that. So when lights of different colors will be striking on a same place, like on a surface, let's say that is white in color. So the light reflecting from that place will be the kind of sum of all the light rays that is falling upon it.
Sir, that is called spectrum of colors, right?
Yeah, that is called as a spectrum of color. But I'm saying that if violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red light, all of them are falling on a same spot, on a same place. Okay, na? Then what will happen? So there we might see shadows of different color. Okay, now getting it. So the thing here is that as I told you moments ago, that we know that white light is basically made up of different colors. White light is made up of different colors, and like violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Okay. Also, we have seen this spectacular. You guys might have seen this spectacular process where the white light will be getting dispersed into a spectrum. When white light is made to pass through a prism, you guys might have seen this. Have you guys ever used a prism?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Khadija.
Which lesson is this?
This is light actually. Okay. Now, in some of the school, in this
Sir,
chapter of
yes,
yeah,
I have used this.
you have. In
Yeah,
some of the school, the colorful shadows
yeah,
are
I
taught.
have that.
You have. Good. Khadija, in some of the school, the chapter, this topic of colorful shadows are taught in some of the school. In your school, you might not have, it might not have been taught, but we are doing the chapter light here. Okay, na? Getting it?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. So basically, colorful shadows will be forming whenever two or more than two light rays will be falling onto each other. Okay, that is the reason. Okay. But furthermore, this is a proof that white light is made up of different colors. Like when white light is made to pass via a prism, so it splits into the components color. It splits into these colors of violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Okay. And you can obtain this on a screen. If you were to have a screen here, so there you can obtain this. This can form on a screen like this, where you can have the colors, like all these different colors can be formed there. Getting the point I'm trying to make here? Okay, so you can actually obtain this on a screen, and when you obtain this on a screen, that is called as a spectrum. That is then called as a spectrum. Getting it, both of you?
Yes, sir.
Mhm. So this is called as a spectrum, which we can obtain on the screen. So this basically proves that white light is made up of 7 colors.
Yes.
Namely, they are violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. This should be clear to both of you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now talking about the colored shadow. Why the colored shadows? Why do we get to see the colored shadows? So let me explain this thing in detail to you guys. Okay. For that purpose, first of all, just read this paragraph. Khadija, read the given paragraph.
Okay, sir. If you block only one of the lights, you get a shadow whose color is a mixture of the other two. Block the red light and the blue and green light mix to create grind. Block the green light and the red and blue light make magneta. Block the blue light and red and green make yellow.
Okay. This is basically explaining what we have discussed moments ago. When you block the red and the blue light, you get a color of this. You get this color. When you block
Yes.
the green and the red light, you get the yellow color. Getting it now?
Yes. And sir, if you block the green and the blue light, you'll get the cyan color.
Exactly. Okay. Na? So when you block the red and green, there you are getting the yellow color. You can see this here. It is evident. Like the green and the red light, they are coming together here. So thereby the shadow
Yes.
form here is yellow, isn't it? And here
Yeah.
this color is
Yes.
formed when the blue and the
Cyan
green
color.
light get cyan color is formed. Got this now?
Sir, and when is the purple color
When
from pink
red
color?
light, when red light and blue light comes together like here, then purple color is
Okay.
formed. You can see this here, like the rays of the blue light is traveling all the way up here also, but here it comes in
Yeah.
contact with red, so thereby the pink color is formed, and all those shadows will be visible on this surface here. Understood
Yes, sir.
this, both of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no?
Yes.
So hope this should be clear. If there's any question in it, please let me know. I will be happy to explain it once again. Okay. So when lights of different colors would be hitting the same surface, it will make the reflected light it will basically, the reflected light ray will be a combination of two or more than two light rays. That is one thing. So that was the concept. You had doubt in one more topic, Halima. I forgot that. What was that?
What, sir?
You had doubt in one more topic. Apart from colorful shadow, you were saying there was one more thing.
Yeah,
Uh,
let me check.
was it the case of multiple shadow?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you had doubt in multiple shadows. Okay, let us learn about that as well. Talking about the multiple shadow, so an object can form more than one shadow if light ray is falling on it from more than one direction. If light ray is falling on an object from more than one direction, then it can form multiple shadows. What do I mean to say? Let us take an example here. The topic we are discussing right now is multiple shadows and how multiple shadows are formed. Okay, let us say that let us say that I have a screen here. This is the screen, and let us say you have taken an opaque object. Let us say you have taken a piece of box here. Okay, now let us say just take a piece of a spherical object here. So we have taken a ball here, let us say. Okay, now say that I have taken two torches. One, I am projecting it from this direction. Okay, another one I am projecting from this side. Getting both of you now. Projecting from this side. So from here, light rays are falling on it, and from here also light rays are falling on it. From here also light rays are falling on it. So thereby there will be two shadows that will be formed here. There will be two shadows that will form here. First shadow will be formed on this spot. First shadow will be formed on this spot. Another shadow will be formed on this place here. Let me just increase the size of the screen. So see that this is now the new size of the screen here. So another shadow is being formed here. Getting both of you. What is happening?
Yes, sir.
Huh? So here we are getting double shadows. Double shadow is formed here. What could have been the reason here? So it is such a special situation where light rays are falling on this object from two different directions. Thereby we get to see multiple shadow, more than one shadow is
Sir,
formed here.
multiple light rays are falling on the wall. So thereby we can see, in multiple directions. So we can see multiple shadows of the wall.
Exactly. Okay, now. So multiple light rays are falling on this opaque object from different directions, thereby more than two shadows are formed here. That is one thing. Okay, now. In fact, many times you might have happened to observe this thing that if you are standing in a street or at some specific place where light rays are falling on your body from different directions, you might have observed multiple shadows of your body might also be forming.
Yes,
Getting
sir.
it, guys? Okay, na? So that is the thing here. Hope you guys are getting to understand this. If there's any question in it, please let me know. So if an object is being illuminated, if an object faces light from more than one directions now, so thereby it will cast more than one shadow. So that is the case. So it's multiple shadows are formed when there are many light sources. Okay, now hope you guys are able to understand this. In fact, like if you happen to visit during the night, if you happen to visit the football field now, so there you might have seen at the that at the different corners of the pitch, if you were to stand at the different corners of the pitch, so thereby different shadows of the players will be formed. Different shadows of the players will be formed. What do I mean to say? Say for example, say for example, say for example, you are standing at this place. Okay, now let us say I'm standing at this place, and these are the different corners. Corner 1, corner 2, and corner 3 and corner 4, and these are different light sources actually. Okay, now where
Yes,
tube lights have been fit into the football stadium. Have you guys ever been to a football stadium?
yes, sir.
You have?
Yes,
Good.
sir.
Sir, in my school there is football, like a football ground.
Oh,
Yes, sir. In my school also.
oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, so light is falling on your body from different directions. So thereby the shadows will be formed in this manner. Like one shadow will be formed in this direction, for example. Okay, another shadow will be formed in this direction. Okay, another shadow will be formed in this direction. Okay, another will be formed
Sir,
in.
even if we put a stick at
Hmm.
night, when
Mhm.
we do the when we put 2 or 3 torches in front of that stick in any other different angle, so they will be we can see that there are 4 different or 3 different shadows.
Obviously, you'll observe that. Okay, so it all has
Yes.
got to do with the different light sources. So light sources are there are four light sources from four different directions. That's why four shadows are formed here. Okay, more the number of light rays, more will be the formation of shadow. Okay, now more will be the light direction of the light rays, more shadow will be formed. Okay, so in this chapter,
Yes.
Khadija, since you haven't studied this chapter from me, okay, you haven't studied this chapter from me, by the way. As for you, Halima, you tell me, we had learned about different things in this. The only thing that was left to be discussed in the previous class was the case of lateral inversion for you and the case of mirror.
Yeah.
Okay, Khadija, you have studied this chapter in your school?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your exam, you told me your exam is going to be, did you told me?
Yes, sir. Our unit exam is
Yes. I was asking about the half yearly exam.
Half year exam when I don't know. Teacher didn't
Updated. Okay, okay. Okay, so in the chapter light, shadow, and reflection, you tell me in which topics you're having doubt.
1 minute.
Okay, take your time. Meanwhile, Halima, you also tell me we had learned about some of the important things in the previous classes. Few things were left to be discussed.
Yeah.
From where we'll be continuing. But let me know in which topics Khadijat is having doubt.
I have little doubt in body movement.
Okay, you have little doubt in body movement. Okay, okay. So we'll be switching to that as well. But first of all, let us quickly complete few topics in this chapter. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, I'm taking doubt of Halima. Then we'll be continuing with body movement. Okay. So talking about mirror and reflection. So what do we know about mirror? How do we define mirror? Mirror is basically
Mirror.
a piece of flat glass in which we can look ourselves, right?
Yes.
But that's not all. Mirror is a very reflective surface. It's a reflective surface. It's a smooth reflecting surface that is made up of, it could be either made up of a polished metal or a glass. Okay, now. So say that you have a flat glass here. Okay. But a flat glass is, it can be transparent, it can be translucent, it will allow the light to pass through it. So thereby, how will I be able to look into this glass which is an translucent or transparent? Will I be able to look at my image in this, Khadijat and Halima?
Yes, sir.
Why? How will I be able to look into it if it is transparent or if it is translucent? How am I going to look at it?
Translucent you can't look. Opaque you can look.
See, I am trying to draw a 3D image of a mirror here. Okay, now say that I have shown the thickness of the mirror in this also. Okay. So what we get to see that at the back of the mirror, we polish the mirror at its back with a reflective surface. Okay, now?
Yes.
Like earlier we were using silver. So the back of the
Yes.
mirror was coated with silver.
Yeah.
Because silver is a very good reflector of light. Silver is a
Yes.
very highly reflective material that if 100% of light ray is falling on silver, 95% will be bounced back. It will be reflected back. So earlier what we
Yeah.
used to do, we used to apply a coating of silver on the back. Try to understand the diagram.
Sir, the one which you are coloring and
It
doing
is
the
silver.
shading, that is silver,
That is
coated
silver.
silver.
That is a coating of silver on the back of it. Okay, now?
Okay, sir.
But you don't actually get to see the silver because above silver we apply a coating of a paint, of a red colored paint, so that the silver does
A
not scrape off.
brownish, reddish color paint.
Yeah, it could be brownish,
Grayish color.
reddish. Yeah, we can paint it any of any color choice. So this one here is silver, but so that no one scraps it, no one scrapes it off, no one takes it off. So we paint it. Paint it. You might see the red color paint there, red or the brown color
Yeah.
paint. Okay, na? So silver being a very good reflective material, it is used. Okay, na? But nowadays, in place of silver, another substance is used in the case in mirrors. Nowadays, another substance is used in place of silver in the mirrors. Why is it so? Because silver is
A good reflector of light.
expensive. Okay, na?
Oh, okay.
Silver is expensive. Okay, na? So thereby we will be using some others reflectors today's as well. Anyways, so what we learned about the case of mirror? So we have learned that the mirror is a it's a flat surface of glass, and at the back of the mirror we apply a coating of silver or another material, but that should be a good reflector of light. That is one thing. Okay, now.
Yes.
So that is how we define a mirror. Okay. Okay. Talking about the reflection. So we had learned about the laws of reflection, that if there is a ray of light that falls on a mirror, So it bounces back, it reflects back. This
Yes,
is
sir.
so this is called as incident ray.
Yeah.
Incident ray. The incoming ray of light is called as incident ray. Okay.
Yeah.
Then the ray that bounces off from the mirror, that is called as reflected ray.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so this was about the plane mirror, but we know that
Yeah.
there are curved mirrors also. We have spherical mirrors also that
There
can
are
be
different types of mirrors also.
exactly. Some of the mirrors will be curved outward, some will be curved
Yeah.
inward.
Inverts also.
Like you might have seen mirrors like this. Uh, mirrors like this
Sir,
are also there.
even in the car's side mirror view.
Exactly. The rear view mirrors, they are also spherical mirrors. So
Yeah.
they are curved mirrors also. So this was the flat mirror, and then we have curved mirror as well.
Sir,
Okay.
in the parking lot, like when we go to the mall, we get to put the cars in down parking right over there also.
Mm.
We
Yeah.
can see some mirror.
So that's a safety mirror. Okay, na?
Yeah.
That's called a safety mirror. Okay, na? So mirrors can be of three types: flat mirrors, and then you have curved mirrors. In curved mirrors, you have convex mirror and concave mirror. Okay, na? So this one here is the concave mirror. Getting it? Sorry, convex. I mean to convex mirror. Okay, na? So reflection will be taking from this surface, like light ray is falling on it and it gets reflected. So this is the surface from which reflection takes place. Getting it, Khadija, and you, Halima?
Sir, won't that isn't that mirror rough surface?
Rough surface?
Yes, sir. Sir, when you put the light source on the reflection,
Hmm.
will that reflect back?
Yeah, it will reflect back. Of course, it will reflect back. It's although it is curved, but it is a smooth now. Although it
Oh,
is curved, but it's not like it is irregular. It doesn't look like this. It's not like this.
yeah.
Okay. Mhm. And the another one is the concave mirror. So the reflecting surface is curved inward. It is like this. It is curved inward like this. Another one is like this. Okay, now I mean to say, how do I say it? Like this. Okay. So from here, reflection is from the curved surface. Okay, that is the thing. Yeah. Now, question like how does a mirror work? So we know that when a light ray falls on a reflecting surface, it gets reflected, right? It gets reflected, and we also know that light is an energy, and energy can neither be, it can either be reflected or can either be absorbed. So here, mirror reflects that light energy. Okay, now that is one thing. And when those reflected light rays will enter into our eyes, so thereby the image of that object from where the light was coming will be formed. Okay, that is one thing. Furthermore, talking about the lateral inversion, so you might have observed this, like let's say like you stand in front of the mirror, and if you have raised your right hand in the mirror, it will appear as if you have raised your left hand.
Left hand.
Like this. If I have the image, I will be able to show you guys. Okay, anyways, just take a look at this one. Okay, now this is a Hindi letter. So this is how it will be looking in the mirror. This is the actual mirror, and this is the
Yes.
its image in the mirror.
Reflected of like a mirror view.
Exactly. So it gets reversed. Left becomes right, right becomes left.
Yeah.
Okay. Or if I am standing here in front of a mirror, and if I have raised my this hand, let us say, if I have raised my right hand in front of a mirror, let's say that this is my right hand, and in front of me there's a mirror. So in the mirror, I will be appearing like this.
Yes, sir.
In the mirror, I will appear as if I have raised my this hand.
Yeah.
Getting it? So in the mirror, it will
Yes.
appear as if I have raised my left hand. Okay. So
Yeah.
lateral inversion, it's a phenomena where the left and right sides of an object in the mirror gets reversed. Left becomes right, right becomes left. That is one thing. So when we stand in front of a mirror, our reflection appears. When our reflection forms in the mirror, so thereby left side becomes right and the right becomes left. That is one thing. Okay.
Yes.
So that was the left and the right. But furthermore, we also get to see that it has some applications. When we look at the letter of the ambulance, have you guys seen how the ambulance is written in the mirror?
Yes.
In the ambulance. Huh?
Yeah.
So it is
It will be the
written
opposite side.
exactly. It is written in
So
inverse.
that yeah. So that in the mirror we can see it is there ambulance over there, so we can move.
Exactly. So say that there is this ambulance here. So the letters on the ambulance will be written in this manner. This is A, M, then B will be written like this. Let me just rewrite this. A will be like this. M will also be like this. B will be like this. U, then L will be like this. A, and then N will be like this. C will be like this, and E will be like this.
Yeah.
Right? Correct now? Okay. But when we
Yes.
say that there's a car that is passing in front of it, there's a car that passes in front of this, and it has a rear view mirror.
Yeah.
That is a side mirror. But in the
Yes.
side mirror, this
Sir,
will be
and also in the front mirror also.
in the front mirror also. So in the side mirror, this will be written correctly. Okay, and it will be spelled in the proper manner. Getting it, guys?
Like AMBULA.
Okay, na? So there it will be spelled correctly. So it will be spelled like this: AMBULANCE. Got this thing, guys? So it has an
Yes.
application also. So literal inversion, that is the case. If there's any question in it, please let me know. Any questions on this? If not, take a look at like some of the these mirrors. By the way, we were learning about the mirrors before this. So we had the example of the concave and the convex mirrors also. So plane mirror was like this. By the way, this shaded region reflects the back portion of the mirror. This is the back of the mirror. Okay, now, and this is the concave mirror. This one is the convex mirror. Concave, the reflecting surface of the concave mirror is bent inward, while the reflecting surface of convex mirror is bent outward. It is protruding outside. You can guys can look at this one. This is a
Yes.
safe. This is also called a safety mirror.
Sir, why is that called a safety mirror?
It is called as a safety mirror because it gives image. It covers image of a wider area. Okay, na? It forms image of a very large area.
Okay.
Like if you happen to visit a mall or some shop, there at the corner of the mall, a security camera will be installed. A safety mirror will be installed, and in that small piece of mirror, the whole image of that grocery shop will be forming. So thereby the shopkeeper or another person can just look at it and keep an eye on what the customers are doing, or if they are stealing or not doing some other activity. Okay.
Yes.
And this one is
Sir?
the convex or concave? It's bulging outward.
Sir, that
outward.
is convex.
Okay. Khadijat, what about you? What do you think?
Yes, sir.
It is concave or convex? It is convex.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's convex.
Okay. Now take a look at this one as well. Now, in this one, the object formed is
Sir.
unusually very big.
This one is also convex, right?
No, this one is concave,
Concave.
actually. This one is concave. Okay, now in which very big image is formed here. The concave image mirrors form big image. Okay. Okay. There are some questions to be discussed in this. We'll be discussing that. Let us do this question. Do this question quickly. A patch of light is obtained at B here. So this is obviously this object A here is. What is this?
Plane mirror.
So plane mirror,
A
no?
mirror, a mirror.
Specifically, it's a plane mirror. Okay. So to get this patch of light on your screen, so we have placed a plane mirror here. Okay, now it's basically a mirror. So in fact, that is the answer. So question was saying that a patch of light is obtained at B. In order to obtain this light at B, so the torch, the ray coming from the torch must be interacting with this
A plane mirror
plane
or
mirror
a mirror.
or basically mirror. Okay, that is one thing. Okay, you guys answer this question as well.
A student observed a tree given in figure 11.2
Through a
through a
pinhole camera.
pinhole camera. Which of the diagram given in figure 11.3 A to D depicts the image seen by her correctly?
Firstly,
Plane
first of all, start by eliminating the option. Look at the option number A.
mirror. Yeah.
Is option number A. What we know about the plane mirror? Inverted image is formed now. Inverted image is formed. That's what we know. If
Sir,
the
it is
object is
saying a
like this,
pinhole
it will be
camera.
like this. Yeah, it's a pinhole camera.
Yeah.
Na?
Yes.
Khadijat, have you learned about pinhole camera?
Yes, sir, I learned.
You have learned good. Also, Khadijat, mention the chapters for which you would be requiring extra class. Like you haven't studied few of the chapters in the batch. So if there's any chapter for which you think you would like to have some class, please let me know.
Sir,
Yeah, Halima.
the answer is D.
D. Very good. Very good. Okay, na?
Yes.
That is correct. A1 is obviously not correct. And how can it be formed on the other side? This will be formed on
Yeah.
this side only. But
And
basically, it will
C
be
is also not correct.
C is also not correct. Okay, na? So D1 is the correct one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So hope. Okay, there was one more question here.
Yeah.
By the way, there are some more questions which will be taking up. But do tell me, Khadija, what was your doubt in the chapter body movement?
Sir, there is one more question, right?
Yeah, there is. Just let me take her doubt. Like on which specific topics
The
you're
body
deciding.
movements
Yes.
like what is hinge joint, what is a fixed ball and socket joint, what
Oh.
is private joint, like that.
Okay. I got that. Okay. Now there are different type of joints. You have hinge joint, pivot joint is there. You have gliding joint. You have ball and socket joint. So what are all those and how do they function? Okay. So see, we'll be requiring a good amount of time to cover that. So let's do one thing we'll be taking up in the next class. Okay, now because in the next class we'll be continuing with that chapter. Okay. Okay, you guys answer the other questions. And Khadija, you're also having this chapter. It was discussed in your school, so most probably you will be also this chapter will be there in your exam as well. Okay, guys, do this question as well.
For students A, B, C, and D, look through pipes of different shapes of to see a candle flame as shown in figure 11.4. Who will be able to see the candle flame clearly? Sir, it's obviously D, because light will travel in a straight line.
What do you think, Khadija? Is that correct?
Yes, sir, D only.
Okay, very good. Okay.
Which of the following is or are not always necessary to observe a shadow? So light, screen, sun, opaque. Sir, sun.
Sun, no? Exactly.
Yeah.
A.
Sir, we can use any source of light.
Exactly. Okay, question number 2.